Welcome back, YouTube. We are continuing more MSQ, and we're going to be speaking with Eminem, who's feeling a bit melancholy. Let's go ahead and pop this off. I'm rather busy at the moment, old boy, guarding this tavern, as it were. Oh, I see now. Ortwell thought I might be derelict in my duties, eh? The nerve of my brother to question my dedication. But since you are here, mayhap I can put you to proper use. The wasteland beyond the walls must be kept safe for travelers, yet I have been forbidden from leaving Falcon's Nest. It wouldn't do for our esteemed guest to be devoured by wolves, oh no. Yet that is precisely what will happen if we do not call the roaming packs. Your map, if I may. Right. There. Those are the points our scouts marked for patrol. I'll leave you to it, old boy. Come, I must return to my rounds. Oh dear. Do be careful, my lord. Thankfully, we have flying here. Just around the corner. Oops. We got that ice sprite involved. Torgal is such a good out, especially here in the snow. And then back. Okay. MSQ Playdrew, Wolf's Bane. It pleases me to inform you that I have completed my rounds, and that was all well in Falcon's Nest. Oh, and there was a grizzled fellow looking for you. You know, the one who made that arsonist confess. Clever, that. Bancred, was it? He was asking after you. Anyway, once I noticed the garish weapons he was sporting, I deemed it a waste to leave him be. I dispatched him to an area I neglected to mark on your map. Yes, this one. If you hurry, he might still be there. How far is the... Oh, we'll see you in a sec. Fancy meeting you here, MSQ. 'Twas fortunate I came when I did. These two would not have fared well against the wolves on their own. The young lord wasted no time taking advantage of you, did he? And me, I suppose. Let us return to Falcon's Nest then and see what other thrilling tasks you may have for us. I flew out the... Fetch quests, gotta love them. They're the best, ain't they? I'm lying, son of a bitch. I could have just stayed right there. That's what we have link pearls for, is all I'm saying. I could have easily said, ding, 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 ding. Hey, yo, Thancred. Hey, yeah, you don't need to do that. Hey, come back. No, we had to fly all the way out there. Ah, there they are. A pair of gallant heroes, if I ever saw them. Comrades in arms reunited at last. By your selfless sacrifice have you guaranteed the safety of our many guests. On behalf of Ishgard, I thank you both. And with that, there is naught left to do but to enjoy our well-earned respite. Wait, sorry. What? I accidentally clicked on Thancred and it says Selfless sacrifice, indeed. Oh, he's mocking him. Yeah, I would too. Oh, and this should, of course, go without saying, but let's keep those last few favors between us, yes? Artwell wouldn't understand. Right then. The first floor of those barracks has been converted into a tavern for the duration of the conference. Why don't you go and have something to eat? For once, a suggestion with which I agree. Go on ahead, MSQ. I will join you anon. That guy's fucking out. This guy's passed the fuck out.
Welcome, welcome. Find yourself an empty seat and I'll be with you in a moment. Cold out, isn't it? Here, a mug on the house. Let's get some colour back in them cheeks. Freed food will be a bit longer than usual. We've got a lot of hungry folk to feed, what with the conference and all. Oh, so many people with cause to celebrate. To think there could be peace in our time, after all them years of fighting. When I heard about the conference, I knew I had to come. I knew I had to be here, to do my bit. My husband, he died fighting the dragons, you see. And here we are, about to break bread with them.
The heck is going on? Why does she look so evil right now? What is going? What? Excuse. Oh, of course. Why is it always maids and poison, bro? Also, why did we travel alone? If Thancred was here, he would have.
Sleep now. Sleep. Sleep and leave us to our affairs.
I'm not gonna front, like, smart on them. Get rid of the Warrior of Light, and whatever you plan to do during the conference, you're good.
Never your fight.
Just mad annoying. Like, come on.
My son. They told me he walks in Alone's halls. Him and the rest of his unit.
They told me the same.
I expect they think it's comforting. Every time I come, I cry. I cannot bear to remember, but to forget would be 1,000 times worse. Yet that is what they would have us do. Accept this truth for the sake of peace. Bury the past and look to the future. But he was my future. My flesh and blood. My heart.
Is this it? We're the only ones with the courage to oppose this madness? Cowards, a lot of them. They think only of the prize, of the peace Sir Emmerich promises them. They know in their hearts it's a lie, but they go along with it anyway, desperate fools. But not I. Not I! I see the worm that killed my brother in my dreams every night, and I will not rest until he lies broken at my feet. Him and every last one of his accursed kin. All this nonsense about kings of Eld, as if I care what they did or didn't do. Makes no difference to me and mine. Have the dragons sued for peace in 1,000 years? And they bollocks. It's a bloody ruse is what it is, and Sir Emmerich and the rest of them bloody fallen for it.
But what can we do? They believe, and naught we can say will ever change their minds. Whether we like it or not, man and dragon will come together at Vulcan's Nest, and all will be forgiven. Forgiven and forgotten.
No. I will not let that happen. They will remember the true face of the enemy. I will show it to them. And we will rise up against them once more.
Hey! Hey! This is no time for napping. Do you have your wits about you? Good. Come with me. We have a crisis on our hands.
Hear me, brothers and sisters. Do not be fooled by the honeyed words of the Travarnians. The peace they promise is but a prelude to slaughter.
Ah, I see what she did there, Ravana.
Remember your husbands and wives never returned from war. Your children torn apart by fang and claw. All your loved ones shown no mercy. Does not your heart cry out for vengeance? Your blood boil at the injustice? Remember the face of your enemy, brothers and sisters. Remember it, and strike back!
You there! Don't just stand around gawping! Do something, man! Stop her! Yes, my lord.
That's how you stop her? You couldn't, like, go up there and bring her down? You're just gonna fucking kill her?
See here the true nature of the High Born.
Make her a martyr.
With lies and deception they lead us to our doom. And dare we raise our voices in dissent? Death is our reward. This is the choice they have given us, brothers and sisters. Death by dragon's fang, or death by nobleman's command. Death to all we hold dear. I spit on your choices, noblemen. You will take no more from me. No more, no more.
I just wish they would have made her a little bit more expressive.
What have you done? I only did as you ordered, my lord. I gave no such order. I did not. I never meant for anyone to...
Alright, I need a quick break. Be right back. Alright, let's keep going. I dare say that could not have played out any worse. Given that the first commander and Lord Arturel are not here to take control of the situation, I spoke with a messenger who said that they would be returning shortly, but until they do, naught will be done. Lord Eminem has retreated to the barracks and is refusing to speak to anyone. Therefore, it falls to us to ensure that order has been fully restored. Come, let us walk the streets and speak with the people. My wife and I fell while fleeing with the others at first. The Trojans tended to our bruises afterwards. Those mad fools have ruined everything, and for what? Oh, those are higher, it looks like. They were wrong to resort to violence, but when I heard her speak, her words were as a dagger in my heart. Who are we to decide that enough is enough, that their calls for justice can never be answered? Will this be the end of it, or will there be others like them and the true brothers? I do not want to bear steel against my kinsmen ever again. I do not know if I even can. I'd heard the rumors that the young lord was a drunken fool. What imbecile thought it would be a good idea to let him have the run of Falcon's Nest? Well, I say him and Ceramic take their bloody change and shove it up their arses. I'll not be taken in by that rot again. Well, what say you? So, violence has passed, but the people are far from recovered. That is to be expected. For the moment, it appears that no innocents were harmed by the guards. The blame for all casualties can be placed squarely upon the protesters. Nevertheless, the people will not soon forget the image of a young lordling ordering the public execution of an armed protester. One whose words resonated with the hearts of many. After all, who among us has not lost loved ones? And you can see why Thancred would be sympathetic to their plight here. Lord Arturel and the first commander should have returned by now. The tavern, then. Their first order of business will be to speak with Lord Eminem, and I somehow doubt that he has moved an ilm since last we saw him. My apologies, MSQ. I bear full responsibility for this debacle. There will be time for that later. I, for one, am more concerned about picking up the pieces. What do we do now? According to initial reports, the protest was orchestrated by the young woman whom Lord Eminem ordered shot. She and her conspirators infiltrated Falcon's Nest posing as servants and guests. Several were taken alive. Others resisted and were struck down. Still, others took their own lives. Our forces suffered casualties as well, but by the grace of the Fury, no civilians were seriously injured. Still more remarkably, the ringleader yet lives, for the time being at least. The surgeons are doing what they can for her, but she may not live through the night. Given their impeccable timing, it is likely that the convictors who drew us away from the hamlet were in league with the protesters. Accordingly, we have detained them for questioning. Be sworn that these villains spent as much effort plotting the failure of this peace conference as we did its success. Well, if the mood of the hamlet is any indication, theirs have been the more fruitful labors. In the wake of the protest, the people seem disillusioned. You spoke with them, then? I see. Sir Amric placed his trust in me. It will be difficult to explain what has happened here. Remember how far we have come, First Commander. The people's faith may be shaken, but we convinced them before and will do so again. If we can but find a means to remind them, to show them once more the promise that can change, then this tragedy too shall pass into the past. We must pray that you are right. Nevertheless, for the time being, I have no choice but to suspend the peace conference pending Sir Amric's final decision. Under the circumstances, I cannot leave Falcon's Nest. Damask, will you deliver my report to the Lord Commander in my stead? Get up, Eminem. You're going with him. Go on without me. I was not asking. You will answer for your actions, in person. Is that clear? Yes, my lord. Your manservant is not here. In fact, I have not seen him for some time. Honorite. Honorite! I could have sworn he was. Nem's looking over there. Guess we can look over there as well. It's odd, though, the circle ends. You know what? I have flying. What am I doing? Get over here. Cut up that way. Even go in here? No. This way? Oh. Down here, perhaps? No. Where the F? Definitely not going to be in the same room. Can't go in there. Where the hell? Really?
No. What have they done to you? Onawa! Onawa!
Is that you, my lord? You seem rather flustered.
Because of you, you imbecile! What in the seven hells happened to you?
My apologies. Some few of the guests expressed a wish to leave, and I implored them to stay. It would seem they took issue with my request.
Gods forgive me. If I had only been more careful with my words.
Do not blame yourself, my lord. I know that you and your brother have Ishgard's best interests at heart. That poor woman. She lives in the past, clinging to the memories of the lost. But the future holds so much promise, so much joy. And you know that better than any.
Onawa?
Calm yourself. The boy will live. But it's imperative we get him inside and into the care of a Kyrujin without delay.
Oh, we were so close! Why does it all have to fall to pieces? Don't they want to live in peace? Don't they want to be happy? We all want the same thing! And still it falls to pieces! Tell me, what was I supposed to do? Someone, anyone, tell me, what was I supposed to do?
What was I gonna do? Knock his lights out? Why did it look like I was about to deck the shit out of him?
Stop looking to others. You make your choice and you live with the consequences.
And what would you know about consequences? You who always know just what to say and just what to do. Your every deed is greeted with a round of applause.
Hey, wee, hi, yeah.
You know nothing about me. I have fought tooth and nail for the people I hold dear. Done everything in my power to save them. And I have failed. Learn to live with it. I have.
I may have overreacted, but it needed to be done. I was becoming hysterical. I understand the desire to look for reasons, for excuses, to convince yourself you had no choice. But the past is the past, and there is naught to be gained from reliving your mistakes. I know this. I know this. That he... I have no desire to wait for the Lordling to emerge from his puddle of self-pity. We have important matters to attend to in Ishgard. That we do. What if the demonstration has its resolution outstripped you? Every man, woman, and child of Ishgard has heard the tale. 'Tis rumored that my youngest lack of judgment was to blame. Of course, such stories are prone to exaggeration. What exactly came to pass? I see. So that is the truth of it. Regardless of his intent, the result is undeniable. He has furthered the cause of these misguided few who cannot let go of the past. In an instant, the delicate peace we were poised to forge is once more beyond us. To dwell so deeply on the war and the vengeance it begets, only for that too to be taken away. Is it any wonder that they were left bereft? For what was the sacrifice? Have we naught to show for our suffering? I thought peace a sufficient salve, but mayhap I was mistaken. We are warriors, Lord Edmund, and ours is a nation built on the centuries of warfare. Right or wrong, this is who we are. We deny it at our peril. To hold on to the past without being beholden to it. Aye, we must needs find a way to honor the sacrifice of our forefathers without glorifying in their excesses. A difficult path, to be sure. We dare not deny the scars which mar our nation's soul, lest we spur other delusioned souls to retrace them. But as you say, we dare not revel in past glories either, for they are tainted all. A clear, unambiguous enemy, an undeniably righteous cause. 'Tis a bitter reflection, but lies though they were, they did long serve to unite us. No truth will ever serve as well, I fear. Yet, we are not without options. At our last meeting, a proposal was tabled by the other members of the Eorzean Alliance for joint military exercises, to strengthen the ties between our nations and test our readiness to meet with a common threat. I I had thought to delay these exercises until after the peace conference, but mayhap a grand melee would be just the thing to lift our beleaguered spirits. Better still, an occasion for the Temple Knights and the Watch to take the field as allies, a unified Ishgardian force filled with men and women from all walks of life, which would stand against a coalition of the allied nations' finest. Hosted by Ishgard in the shadow of the Gates of Judgment, a victory under such circumstances would serve as a reaffirmation, nay, a declaration to all and sundry that we are strong and united as ever. Such a victory would do much to fan the flames of patriotism, it is true. But if we should be defeated, oh, even to hold our own against the cream of 3 nations might be presented as a triumph. Very well. You may count on my support for what little it is worth. However, I have a request. I would have my son Emelian take part in the grand melee. By his deeds has he brought shame upon Ishgard, and so by his deeds I would have him bring our nation honor. As you wish, my lord. If that is his desire, then it shall be so. Now then, we have no time to lose. MSQ, would you be so kind as to deliver my instructions to Lucia? I shall write to the Alliance leaders at once and begin making arrangements for the grand melee. Should you chance to see my son, pray inform him of his duty. If he has not already returned, he will soon enough, making every effort to avoid me. So that is their solution. A grand melee to unite the people. And what part would they have you play in this affair, I wonder? You, whom we have taken into their confidence, upon whom they have come so heavily to rely. Will you oblige them when the proposition is made? Will you stand for Ishgard once more? I will stand for my friends and comrades, not a nation. A poor choice of words. For friends tried and true, then. Living and the lost. So, for this grand melee of his, Sir Emeric wishes to field a force comprising both his Temple Knights and Hilda's Watch, yes? I can only imagine what she will have to say about that. In fact, curiosity compels me to go and see for myself. Well met, MSQ. Have you spoken with Sir Emeric? I was aware of the Alliance's request, so Sir Emeric would turn these exercises into a spectacle for the masses. It is not that I doubt the efficacy of such a plan. Indeed, I know its effectiveness only too well, having witnessed it firsthand. Nevertheless, he has not once given me reason to doubt his intentions, and these are desperate times indeed. I will select knights for the event forthwith. As for the Watch... Did he now? How considerate of Master Thancred to seek out our young Watch commander of his own volition. Alas, he acted prematurely. Pray deliver this list of Watch candidates to Hilda. I would have her best men, not her most dispensable. Thancred's been telling me all about Sir Emeric's grand soiree. Seems we're expected to join in. It's nice of him to invite us and all, but I hope he knows what he's doing. Because we ain't dressed to dance with professional bleeding soldiers. Well, well. Seems the first commander's gone and handpicked her guests. Can't say I disagree with her choices, though. She's got a good eye. Will you be fighting too? Reckon it'd inspire the lads if you were. Might take their minds off getting their hides tanned and all. Think about it, eh? I hate to ask, but you haven't seen our favorite lordling, have you? I thought not. On the assumption that he is not to be found in his father's loving embrace, I suggest we split up and look for him. I will search foundation and you the pillars. Crozier. Maybe he was down by the market boards? Enough a bitch. I carried Honorroy to the manor. Our best surgeons are tending to him as we speak. He has yet to wake, but surely he will. So Father has volunteered for me for this grand melee of theirs. My beloved family, always making my decisions for me. No, it's not like that. It's just... You wouldn't understand. How could you? You are free to be the man you want to be, whereas I'm a son of House Vortemps, don't you see? My future was determined before I was born. What I could and could not do. Right or wrong, that was the way of it, until the older order began to crumble. Now we wander amidst the rubble, searching for a purpose, for a place. All around me, brave men and women rise to the occasion. With faith and conviction, they dedicate themselves to their causes, but not I. I was terrified of making the wrong choice, which is why I let better men make them for me. Do this, do that, take this duty, guard this conference. Suppose I had convinced myself I was above it, until your friend showed me otherwise. When I saw Honorrod, I wanted to scream. I wanted to blame someone, but in the end, there was only me. Only me. So you see, I cannot meekly bow my head and accept Father's command. Such cowardice is what brought me to this point. I will go to Sir Emmerich, and I will make my own decision. I mean, good for him. It's about damn time. I don't know why that took so long to get in.
Lord Commander, if I may, I wish to speak with you before the Grand Melee.
Proceed.
How do you do it, my lord? How do you lead with such certainty, when so many of our countrymen will not hear of peace with the Dravanians? Some of them hate you almost as much as the dragons themselves. They decry you as a patricide in the streets. They even tried to kill you, for God's sakes. Yet still you march on, undaunted, where no archbishop dared to tread. What is your secret? Where do you find the strength?
For centuries, our nation has been punished for the sins of our forefathers. If our punishment is to end, I believe we must right the wrongs of antiquity and move forward as a nation united. Needless to say, my father did not share this opinion. He did not believe the people strong enough to bring about their own deliverance, trusting only in himself. Tyranny seemed to him the only solution. But I have faith in the people, Lord Amanalain. I have faith that they will weather this storm and overcome every trial we set before them. Many have fought and died to see this blight upon our nation's history cleansed, and I would not let their sacrifices be in vain. Though we invite reprisals, the risk is worth the reward.
I want to believe. I do. Lord Commander, through my careless orders, a pall has been cast over these proceedings, and I beg the opportunity to make amends. I, Amanalain de Forton, do hereby request leave to take part in the Grand Melee.
I to deny such a heartfelt plea? We would be honored to have you join the fray, my lord.
You will take charge of the Ishgardian forces.
For all my other responsibilities, I am still Lord Commander of the Temple Knights, and I would not soon yield this duty to another.
The esteemed Sir Emeric leading the Temple Knights and the Watch into battle along with my youngest. I could wish for no more.
Then you wish for too little, my lord. There is another who might yet join the fray. An indispensable ally to whom we owe much and more.
That's what Thancred was talking about.
An adventurer beholden to none who nevertheless chose to champion our cause, who has shared in our suffering and in our glory, a warrior without equal, who I am privileged to call a friend. There is no one I would rather have fighting by my side.
I wonder if we're going to look towards Thancred.
Obligations, and will not think less of you should you refuse. But if your conscience will allow it, might you oblige me, my friend? One more time.
Can we say no? It's just odd to me because this is against like all of the city-states, and we've helped them all. So it's like, how do we choose one in a grand melee to represent?
Together we shall give the people a spectacle for the ages, a celebration to mark the dawning of a new era.
But I guess it would help to further bolster, you know, the unification of Ishgard. So then I guess we are for it. Gods help me, I think I might be love. I think it might be love. I dare say it might be cheating too. Your mere presence is enough to turn the tide of most battles. Did you see the way his eyes lit up when you nodded? It was a look of boundless relief and joy. One would think a politician more practiced at concealing his emotion. Still, his honesty does him credit. For a moment, I was fair inspired to pledge myself to the cause. That would be improper. This is their fight, and yours, but not mine. Sir Emeric informs me that the Alliance leaders have agreed to his proposal. The Grand Melee will be held here, in the shadow of the Gates of Judgment and in sight of the capital. An announcement has been made and Allied forces are currently en route. The eyes of Ishgard are upon us, MSQ. We must not fail. A rare opportunity to see you pit yourself against Allied forces, outside of Cartano, perhaps. I would not miss this for the world. Oh, those gates. Got it. There he is. I say, when you didn't appear, I began to question. Nothing, never mind. Think that we are mere moments away from facing the cream of Eorzea's soldier. I wish they would stop saying that. Say cream of the crop. That I am mere... But what if... Oh, what am I saying? I have to stop imagining the worst. I must think of the victory, of the glory. The stories I will tell Honor when he wakes up. I am ready, old boy, are you? By the Fury, how could I forget? Father bid me present this to you. I know it is sudden, but we believe the men would find it inspiring if you bore the colors of House Fortums into battle. Pray do us this honor. During the Grand Melee, some of your gear will be glamored. Your attributes and abilities will be unaffected. Forgot to equip that lance that I just got. Ah.
Let all here present heed well the rules of engagement.
Grand Melee is a large-scale battle in which an allied company of Ul'Dun, Gridanian, and Laminsan forces will be pitted against a company of Ishgardian forces. Okay. When a combatant is incapacitated, the opposing company will be awarded tactical points. First company to attain the designated tactical rating of 100 points is declared the victor. During the Grand Melee, officiants may mark certain combatants with the Fury's Gaze, which will be indicated by an ethereal tether linking them to their company's flag. While defeating most combatants will award your company 1 tactical point, defeating marked combatants will award your company 10 tactical points. Marked combatants also possess enhanced attributes, rendering them more powerful and more difficult to defeat. Defending and defeating these combatants is the key to victory. This should be like this should be a game mode. Correct me if I'm wrong in the comments below. Is this not a game mode in PvP? Because it should be. Ladies.
All is ready then. Very well. Brave men and women of the Eorzean Alliance, let the Grand Melee begin!
Alright, let's go for... I'm just gonna go straight for whoever's tethered. I see the tethered one. There we go. We're just gonna go specifically for tethered. Oh, not wrong one, wrong one. Need to re-up my damage. Tethered now. Pippin. Aw. Don't want to hurt you, Pippin. They don't have anybody else tethered. Oh, who's that back there? More veterans. Oh, they're going after our people. Let's take them out. It's cool seeing familiar faces though too, like throughout MSQ here on the battlefield. Stay in there, hang in there, Lucia. I'm gonna get him off you. I'm gonna get him off you. Pippin's back in the fight. They don't have anybody tethered, huh? Oh, now they do. Going veteran. You ain't got nobody else. Oh, there's one tethered over there. Focus on you. Oh, I'm y'all ain't taking me out. Ain't gonna happen. Promise you that. Excuse me? Cyclops, everyone on your guard! I don't think this was part of the plan. All forces, fall back! Well, Thancred's not on anybody's side, so... neutrality. Continue the melee. I will deal with him. Sod. You heard the man. Back to it. All forces form a line on a mask now. It's you and me, my favorite character. Iron Bull. One arm and he's still such a lethal fucking opponent. Oh, it's you and me, baby. Let's go. Look at how bad... man, I'm telling you, if it was $60, if they put this outfit of his in the store, $60, I'm buying it day one. Well met. I will not lie. I was hoping it would come to this. So then, shall we dance? Take it all. Yeah, I looked him up and down. Let's go. Let's go, big boy. See? And then you could have open or closed. Oh, sick. Fucking sick. How could you? Oh, he's so cool. He's so fucking cool. Also, I love that he's getting, like, the time of day, you know? Like, he's getting to show off his stuff. Because you don't really ever see it in cutscenes. It's just him swinging his sword. But this is so badass. Oh shit, put me outside the fire? Okay, what in the Ifrit shit is that? Jesus, that's wild. Immortal Flame is this move called. That was so badass. Like I don't want to fight him anymore. He's so cool, dude. No, jumped in the fire. Better than getting exploded. Oh, sick finish, bro. Sick finish. Want to dote him. I don't have dote.
Did he win? Then we...
Victory is ours! Ishgard! Ishgard! Well fought, my friend. You truly are the warrior of warriors.
Like the fury you were on our side.
Oh, my lungs are burning, and I can barely stand. I didn't think I could do it, but then I did. We did. We faced the Alliance's best, and together, with one heart, with one purpose, we prevailed. After 1,000 years of hardship, of strife and bloodshed, we are strong enough to rise to any challenge, be it on the battlefield or beyond. The future holds so much promise, so much joy. We need only show them the way.
A truly magnificent display, Sir Knight. While doubtless less than pleased, I am quite sure the Grand Companies are honored to have been bested by such valiant warriors.
The honor was ours, Your Grace.
I am pleased to see that Ishgard's proud martial tradition is being upheld. When the time comes, I trust you will fight alongside your brothers and sisters in the Eorzean Alliance with the same fervor you displayed in opposing them. I note that our friend elected to take the field in Ishgardian colors.
At my behest, Your Grace. If we have given offense, the blame lies with me.
Fear not, Sir Knight. It was a surprise, nothing more. And any hint of ill feeling was thoroughly dispelled by the spectacle of our mutual friend's duel with General Raubarn. the subject of surprises, I could not help but marvel at the passion and unity of purpose displayed by your countrymen, given the troubling reports we have received of late.
I shall take that as a compliment, Your Grace. The events to which you allude are the price of change. The end of the Dragonsong War marks the beginning of a new era for our nation, and for the people, high and lowborn alike, who will lead her into the future.
Ah, yes. The people. Change is indeed a perilous thing, for we who seek it, and they who fear it. I shall pray for Ishgard, and for you.
Well, that made for a refreshing change. Congratulations on your victory, by the way. Ishgardians certainly seem happy with themselves. I, for my part, am merely glad you did not strain anything in the process of single-handedly winning the battle for them. Tis but a scratch, I assure you. And I will not suffer you to worry over me. Not when we have a dozen far more important concerns. Make that 2 dozen. Still, as Y'shtola never tires of telling me, we can but face them head-on one at a time. One day at a time. As Minfilia would have done.
Okay, that's gonna end it for this block, but wowee, that was a lot. We'll see you in the next one. Like, subscribe, you know what the deal is, and yeah, I hope you enjoyed me kicking Raoban's ass. We'll see you in the next one.